Emily Ward had always been the quiet one in the room, the kind of person people overlooked. At parties, in meetings, and even in relationships. That is, until Daniel Foster entered her life. Daniel wasn't just her boyfriend, he was her anchor. Her best friend, or so she thought. It all began to unravel one rainy Thursday afternoon. Emily had left work early, deciding to surprise Daniel with his favorite coffee and a small box of chocolate truffles. She smiled as she opened the apartment door, expecting to see his familiar grin. Instead, she saw him, half-dressed, laughter in his voice, entangled with her best friend, Claire. The coffee cup slipped from her hands, shattering into 1,000 pieces. Neither of them said a word. Emily simply turned around, walked out into the pouring rain, and kept walking until she couldn't feel her legs anymore. For weeks, she disappeared from their lives. Friends called, messages went unread. She moved to a small apartment across town, keeping her head down, but inside, something was changing. The heartbreak was morphing into something sharper. Revenge. Emily knew Daniel better than anyone. His ambitions, his insecurities, and most importantly, his weaknesses. He had been chasing a high-profile promotion at his marketing firm for months. He needed this project he was working on to succeed. It was his ticket to the big leagues. Emily still had contacts at the company. She quietly reached out to one, offering help with a certain campaign Daniel was in charge of. She presented herself as a freelance consultant, using a different name, carefully disguising her identity. Her proposal was perfect, too perfect. Daniel, desperate for results, eagerly accepted the strategy. But Emily had planted a fatal flaw in the plan. On the surface, it looked brilliant. In execution, it would tank. 3 weeks later, the campaign launched. At first, Daniel was hailed as a genius. The numbers skyrocketed in the first 48 hours. But on day 3, the complaints started rolling in. A coding glitch Emily had designed caused the company's clients to lose thousands of dollars in advertising. The backlash was immediate and brutal. Daniel's boss was furious. By the end of the week, his promotion was gone, and so was his job. Emily wasn't done. Claire, now officially dating Daniel, had just launched an online boutique. Emily, under yet another alias, reached out to one of Claire's suppliers and placed a massive order, paying upfront. Then, a day before shipment, she canceled, leaving Claire's business short on stock during a key sales period. Within a month, Claire's store had collapsed under bad reviews and angry customers. Emily could have stopped there. She could have walked away with her silent victories, knowing they were both broken. But she wanted them to know. So, she sent a letter. It was short. I hope the coffee was worth it. Daniel called her the next day, his voice trembling. You ruined me. Emily smiled, even though he couldn't see it. No, Daniel, you ruined yourself. I just helped speed up the process. She hung up before he could respond. A year later, Emily walked into a cafe, sunlight spilling across her face. She ordered her drink and sat by the window, watching the world go by. She didn't feel anger anymore, only a quiet satisfaction. Sometimes revenge wasn't about shouting or fighting, it was about taking back control, piece by piece, until you could look your enemy in the eye and smile. And Emily Ward, she was smiling.